Hello again, people. Right, I shouldn't really be making this video. I've got loads and loads of stuff to do away from the terminal, but I couldn't pass this one by because I've been um, thinking about this timing problem that people talk about, and Katie mentioned earlier on the Twitter feed. Well, last night actually, and we've got a reversal going on here on the DAX, and I've mentioned this as well on Twitter that I wouldn't normally be looking at these things, but because of the Moline and Line Alerts and various other people that put out these levels, and I appreciate them. If you're watching this video, I really do appreciate everything you do, and I'm just not a top or bottom picker, as they say. So I just like to use my methods. But that's not to say that I wouldn't perhaps start to incorporate them. But I want to stay away from actually trading them because it would confuse people that are trying to learn my method, I guess. So that's why I'm sticking to just throwing out these levels. If people want to do what you do, in other words, trade down from the level, and there's one further below as well, and this is how I mark up my charts. Literally, I wouldn't be watching these indices if it wasn't for Twitter, FinTwit, and all the great traders out there sharing their different methods. So, but as you can see, I can clearly draw a perfect downward trend line. So that's the first part of um, our analysis, as it were. And then all we want to do is wait for a new trend to form to the upside. Similar situation here. We could have drawn an ascending trend line and then waited for the trend to form and take an entry to the downside using the RSI momentum. So we're on this 30-minute chart purely because this is a 30-minute reversal here that happened. These times are all out by now because of American summertime, as it were, or daylight saving changes, or whatever you want to call it. But critically, timing. So what am I looking at here? I am looking at a trend reversal, and then I mentioned in some of the comments as well, you're trading trends within trends and patterns within patterns. Oops. And when you see this here form, descending trend line, I mean, and when you start to see a trend form, this is valid once this high is broken. We talk about that all the time. That is now a valid touch point. So I have started an uptrend, and I mentioned this in one of yesterday's previous videos as well. We want this as to be quite a sharp angle, so a quick job, much the same as what happened over here. That and that are valid touch points. So the minute we get a break with a valid touch point as well, this would be the point at which you want to consider looking for shorts. And you can use the lower time frame. Once this is formed, you can use the lower time frame to drop down, and that's part of the process of what I'm talking about is checking the lower time frames, because if you drop down you will see that you get this formation going on, but I'm not going to get involved in that one because I often digress too much. So in this long particular instance, I was talking about patterns within patterns. So there's the push up. Now, what do we want to do when we drop down a time frame? Well, two time frames in this instance. Two candles are not enough to see a swing, so we need, from the 30 to the 15, we're going to go ideally 30 to 5, which is brilliant. Anything from 4 to 6 internal candles is great. M15 to M5 isn't great, so we go M15 to M1. M15 3CR, M1 swing trend. So, I've just got to pause this. Got someone at the door. Right, sorry about that. Yes. Yeah. So we drop down the time frame. We know the 3CR has happened here with this candle here, this bar, and So we put the vertical line on the next bar, and then we drop down to the 5-minute, and we can see the pullback happen. So what can we do with this pullback? Right, well, we draw our trusty descending trend line, and this is where we see the pattern within the pattern. Then we can draw an ascending trend line. There is the low, high, slightly higher. This is a valid pullback here, because the candle will show you um, the battle between buyers and sellers. Doji candle in there, that's why it's pink. So that's a valid touch point. And you can see you've got a 3-candle reversal in there as well. Penultimate low, ultimate low, close, and as you can see then, price just took off. So there's, and your 3-candle reversal, excuse me, it hasn't got the momentum that I'd like to see. Ideally, I don't mention this enough, but I'd like to see every 3-candle reversal, the best ones, have a break of the 20 level, like that one there. 3-candle reversal, break of 20, look what happens. Price just shoots up. Well, bullish, let's put it that way. Hardly any drawdown. And this one wasn't quite the same, but we will see on the 1-minute chart, that's the 3-candle reversal. Do apologise, I'm looking at the wrong bar. On the 1-minute chart, you will see probably an RSI histo bust, break and close. So let's have a look at that. And the other point I made in comments to various videos and stuff like that is, you always need to check when you have these pullbacks that you don't go out of alignment on the higher time frames. So there's your pullback there, you can clearly see it. This is your original descending trend line with the new ascending trend line as a result of this trend reversal here, low, high, high, low, high, high. And that's the 3CR with massive momentum. And then there's your pattern, you can clearly see it on the 15-2. So descending trend line starts to go up, descending trend line, pattern within a pattern. And there's your 5-minute again, as I said, and let's drop down to the 1-minute and see what that looks like. So, don't get overwhelmed with all the different terminology, trend lines, 3CR, support and resistance, valid support, valid resistance, all that lot. Just remember, all you're looking for is your trend lines and making sure the higher time frames are green on the RSI histo, and then just looking. This is what I say and why I say everything you need is historically on your charts. So just go back over previous trend line reversals and look at the RSI histo, look at the 3CRs, look at the swing trend, look at what happens when it breaks through. I talk about it like a set of stairs. When it breaks through valid resistance levels, it's climbing the stairs. So here's your bust, pullback, break and close up. And look, there's just no drawdown there. And these are decent moves. That's 78 points, as they like to say. I mean, these people that trade the indices, I notice they say 56 points and things like that. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's 7 pips divided by 10. 56 points is 5 pips, or 55.6 pips in the way I look at them. But points, pips, it doesn't matter. I mean, when I go for 5 pips rather, I'm quite happy with that. The drawdown is minimal. It's all about getting in these trades when the algorithms have flushed out all the sellers. That's what a trend reversal 3CR RSI histo trade is. It's just pushing up, manipulation down, pushing up, manipulation down, pushing up, flushing out the the buyers and sellers. That's all it's doing. So we are entering, in my opinion, at the optimum point, and that's why I love to trade like this. There is no right or wrong way to trade. There's only the way that you enjoy, or you that chimes with you. And I love, I've been brought up on these, as it were, by the guy that introduced me to them nearly 18 years ago. So, and there you can see alerts going off all over the place again. So there you go. That's it. Patterns within patterns within patterns. We can continue to draw this. If we could go down on the lower time frames, then this would be the exact same pattern here. Everywhere. Pattern here. There's high, low, lower, high, lower, low, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, break of a resistance level there that's created. That's why that's drawn there. That's why that's drawn there. And what does it do? It goes up. But always remember that if you're entering on this time frame, because you've got the original move is all about the 30-minute, then you can expect the price to do what it should do based on the 30-minute. So there is another way to look at this, and sorry to complicate things, but I was taught, regardless of the fact that that is your ultimate target, say for example, just trade to your internal pattern target, maybe take half off or 80% off and move your stop to break even, and then let the rest run to the ultimate target or get stopped out, as it would have been the case in this case. But if you're trading longer time frames, this is an M30 chart. It's not, but this was based on an M30 observation. Then if you are trading the longer time frames, then you can have some monster moves, monster runners. Here, descending trend line, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, gets broken with a new ascending trend line, low, high, high, low, higher, high. And then ultimately you can draw another ascending trend line there. So you could have targeted this high and let it run with a stop at break even, which would have got stopped out. You would have entered around here, so it got stopped out over here. But then you've got another new, because as I mentioned in yesterday's video, these smaller, when you're expecting to enter a trade here, or here rather, the pullback from here up to here, and it comes further down, look where it comes back to. Always just allow yourself breathing space when you're entering the trades, but always follow these rules. Always follow the 3CR and the RSI histo bust break and close. And I've gone a little bit off topic now, but the whole point of this was to show you that pattern repeating itself over here, and then inside there and inside there and inside there, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's how you time your entries, and always keep one eye on the higher time frames, your entry time frame, which was the M30, the M33CR, and check you're in alignment with the H1. If it falls out of alignment, then you have to wait for it to come back into alignment. Something like this, popped up, dropped out of alignment, popped up. That's when you can start to consider getting back into the trades. Okay, so that's it. And always take your lead from the highest time frame. So that's why longs are on the cards when this closed green, and now it is dropping off again. So have a look at the daily as well. Yeah, daily was long, so daily long, H4 long, M30 long, and so on and so forth. Now it is weakening off. Week one was still long, remember, because until this turns closes, this is still bullish following the most recent the RSI histo, and as you can clearly see, I mean, this is bullish. That's all there is to it. Sorry for other levels on here and stuff, but they're old levels that have been drawn on. So and you tighten this up as you create new highs, higher highs, and so on and so forth. So that's it. Hopefully that helps you with trading patterns within patterns and timing your entries. And of course, the monthly, whoops, for whatever reason, the RSI has decided to abandon me. Oh, it's just my computer catching up, I think. No, perhaps it's not going to. But the monthly we can clearly see is also very bullish as well. All these levels here have been broken. Prices used them as support, and no surprises there then. So that's it. Trends within trends, patterns within patterns, and this is crashing now, actually, isn't it? So it's not going to hit those levels by the looks of it, but might hit that one that's below us. So, once we've broken here, then I would look to trade to test that lower level down here, that the line person is expecting to take a bounce off. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.